I dedicate this week's pop in honor of the bar mitzvah of our son, Eitan, this coming Shabbos. Of course, you're all welcomed and invited to join us for our simcha. The Gemara in Baba Basra states that there are 4 figures in history that died merely and purely as a result of the sin of the snake, the episode in the Gan Eden with Adam and Chava. In other words, they didn't do anything wrong. They were completely sin-free, guilt-free, but they ultimately died because that's the way of the world, that's the way of humanity, subsequent to the sin of Adam and Chava. And those 4 people are described in the Gemara as follows: Binyamin ben Yaakov, Benjamin, the son of Yaakov, Amram Avi Moshe, Amram, Moshe's father, Yishai Avi David, Yishai, David's father, and Kilav ben David, Kilav, the son of David. And Zvulun Charlap notes that each of these lesser-known figures are associated with a more famous relative, not only to tell us who they were, but more importantly, Rav Charlap suggested that it is mentioned in this way because the reason why they were able to be sin-free, the reason why they were able to live such a perfect, innocent life, is because they were not in a position of stature, of leadership, of prominence that would have brought with it tremendous reward, but tremendous risk. And this is the lesson in this week's parsha, Eitan's bar mitzvah parsha of Vayikra, when the pasuk talks about the sin offering brought by a leader, by a king. Asher nasiyachta, the pasuk says, when a leader, a prince, a king will sin. And the Sforno says, why is it phrased this way? It's peculiar. Why does it say when a leader will sin? Why doesn't it say im nasiyachta, if a leader sins? And the Sforno makes the same point, that leadership positions of great importance, are high risk, high reward. But the risk is there. It's impossible that somebody engaged in a important work and is dedicated to it will not make a mistake. And so this is an important lesson. Many of us are afraid to engage, afraid to proceed, afraid to take risks, because we know that there may be some mistakes along the way. The lesson of the sin offering of the leader, the lesson of Rabbi Charlap is that life is only most well lived, when we are put ourselves in positions of taking risks. There may be some mistakes along the way, but those mistakes are worth it, because otherwise you can't become a Moshe, you can't become a David, you can't become a Yaakov Avinu without putting yourself in those positions of taking risks and maximizing your potential. Wishing everyone a wonderful Shabbos and Mazel Tov.